Travis Wayne Denzel. As you can see, I went to my bling dealer today. Got the allergy to allergy medicine. With the rash and a little bitter, at least from the distance. And the 3 weeks of diarrhea went in to follow up. And again, I was told that if I don't use drugs, I won't test for drugs in my blood system or urine sample. And I'm not quite sure about that. But I definitely have the sickness symptoms. As the nurse was trying to tell me that it's most likely dairy in my diet. That if I cut out dairy from my diet, I won't have the... We don't get dairy. We had a cup of milk yesterday for breakfast, but that was about it. I haven't seen milk. Well, with cheese, we had a slice of cheese for lunch yesterday, and so yeah, that's what's going on here. No dairy. But again, it's donated food, and so if they don't have sufficient to make meals with, we don't get meals, we just get food to eat. And that's what mostly happens. And they don't spend their donation money to get us silverware, even though it's plastic, on a regular basis. So we'll have a spoon to cut a steak with, for example. We don't get steak, but you know what I mean. We'll have a fork for soup. But yeah, they will not spend anything for us. Everything is donated. And if people don't donate it, we don't get it. But the major problem is with the meth, that it's causing sickness. As one of the other guys talked about getting sick because his bunkie got sick. It's the meth poisoning. Because I'm educated as a scientist. And that means that I can go into any field of science, any career, any job where science is involved, and I can identify the manner in which the business is working, running, and if necessary, correct it to improve the corporation or the operations that are going on. So, for example, I worked for the church at Beehive Clothing in the warehouse. We had 7 employees, and they were saying that they've tried all different ways, and the way they're doing it is the best that they could come up with. That just makes me laugh when people say that. And that we were working a full 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and had to work Saturdays overtime in order to get caught up for Monday, and as best we could, and we were always behind. And so with the replacement of the manager and the guy who came up with the current system, I was able to get my proposal to help them, and we got it set up, and 2 people by 10 a.m., 4 hours. We started at 6 a.m. and we were pretty much done. One person could run the rest of the day as a result. And they even told me later on that they only had one person working there. And the church was telling everybody but me, this is exactly what we were praying for. We were wondering, how do we get everybody transferred over to the main warehouse so that the Beehive Clothing is just a storage until we can ship them to the racks over on the main center. So yeah, real simple. But people don't believe me. This is how I deciphered the ancient alphabet, guys. Me, I did it. And it was because I learned the scientific process, how to run tests. And so you establish patterns, and we're getting a fight outside. You look for patterns, and so you have things that are consistent, and then you'll notice anomalies that happen. Well, those anomalies, you need to explain those. Why is that happening? And then you develop a theory to explain how it's happening, but you then have to test for replication, which is confirmation or denial. And so for the light bulb, for example, how do we turn on a light? How do we get light into an incandescent light bulb? Or did they ban those? I think they banned those now, haven't they? But regardless, you have to develop a theory and then have a test to see if flipping on the light switch will work. And if it doesn't work, then you got to throw away that theory. You got to find out a new theory and test again, turn on the light, see if it works. And once you replicate turning on a light over and over again, you've done it. You've created a fact of the particular theory that you were working on. And so with precepts, for example, the scriptures tell us exactly that it's the scientific process because they compare it with the scientific field of agronomy, vegetation. And so, real simple, but yeah, I'm well aware this is meth caused because I'm a scientist. I've run the tests. But it was funny to hear her say that it was milk. I just needed to cut out milk from my diet. No, and I lost another 15 pounds. That's 105 now, total, because it was 90 last time I went in. That was the whole time I've been here, 90 pounds. And then since December when I went in last time, 15 more pounds I've lost. Oh man, I had to buy a lower size belt the other week. So it's a large belt. This is scary because I'm not dieting and exercise. This is not healthy. You know, it's not a woman's dream. I'm not the envy of women here. This is not how you lose weight. So, yeah, that's what you do with the church and the precepts if you haven't caught on to the religious part of it. It's not a spiritual witness.